Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you so much for coming back to my YouTube channel, My Little Piece of Real Estate Online. My name is Lydia. I'm the Fun Finance Queen, your money mentor online. And today I want to talk to you about 10 keys to financial success. Now, guys, this is not just what I'm saying about myself. I'm saying it about people generally who have been financially successful. So, what is financial success? Let's start with that. Financial success it means basically achieving your goals, dreams, and visions with regards to your finances. My hope is that we all get something out of this where we're able to say, okay, I can choose, if not all 10, at least one or two that we can start using to grow our financial success as individuals. Okay, so let's get started. The first piece of information, or the first key that I want to give you, is always have a vision. Always have a vision. See yourself beyond today. That is so important, because if you can't figure out where you want to be tomorrow, how do you get there? It's super important that we understand where we want to be and actually start going there, or write that information down. The next thing that I wanted to touch on was getting a clear vision and then figuring out how to implement it. So not just having your vision or writing it down, but the next thing you need to figure out is, how do I implement this? How do I make this happen? How do I make it into reality? So, and the last thing that I want to say about having a vision is making sure that you keep it in front of your mind. Okay, it has to be at the forefront of your mind. So if it means putting it on a vision board, if it means, writing it down in your journal, somewhere that you can see it on a regular basis, and that allows you to be able to keep it to the front of your mind and continue pursuing it. The next key to financial success that I wanted to touch on was being productive. So why is this important? Well, let's think about it. If you don't count your days, if you don't track your time, how do you know what you've done with it? If you spend all of your time watching TV or watching Love Island, like my daughter loves to do sometimes, how do you know if you're making good progress with your productivity? So I'm not saying don't have downtime. I certainly do, and I love watching political dramas and medical dramas, so I do watch those. But what I am saying is, take the time to track what you're doing. Don't waste all the time that you have when you're not working, okay? Think about it. Plan out your schedule as best as you can and make sure that you're able to track how you're doing things and what you're achieving. Now, linked to that part of being productive, the next thing I want to touch on is being results driven. Be results driven. So you need to be able to tie your productivity to your results, and then tie your results to your vision. So it all goes back to the idea of having a clear vision and understanding where we're going every single day. My third key to financial success is admit when you need help or when you don't know what to do. Now, this is super important, and I am one who struggles asking for help. But how do you move forward if you don't ask? So it's important that you're able to understand that there's no shame in not knowing what your next step will be. Find people who can help you. Yeah, ask for help, talk to people, and then it gives you insight as to what you might need to do next. Number 5, don't just work for money. Now, I know this sounds weird, but I need you to be able to think about it. What would you work for if you're not working for money? Well, you can work to learn. This is number 1, work to learn, okay? Learn to be able to grow. Learn things that you would learn even if you weren't being paid to learn them. So for example, if your job requires you to do writing and documenting and, find out how you can use that as something to grow yourself, a skill that you can actually use in the future, okay? So that actually expands your capabilities and it opens yourself up to new opportunities for the future, okay? So don't just work for money. Work for what else you can get from that work environment. Number 6, now linking back to where I said admit if you need help, this is where you can actually strengthen that. For example, by getting mentors. So number 6 is get mentors. Now, I want to be honest with you. Getting a mentor can be difficult for several reasons because some people really, don't want to give you anything for free. But I'll tell you what, mentors elevate you every single time. If you have a mentor who's in tune with you, their goal is to actually push you forward and help you grow. Now, your mentor doesn't have to be somebody that you know in person. I, for one, have a gazillion mentors in the financial industry who can help me grow. And I watch their interviews, I read their books, I, I watch their TV shows, I read their blogs, whatever contacts I can have with these virtual mentors, I have, and they help me to grow in the future. So your mentor doesn't have to be somebody who lives next door or someone who you pay. It can be somebody who can help you virtually. Okay. So let's go to number 7 of my keys to financial success. Always be open to new opportunities. Always be open to new opportunities. I can't tell you how many times people miss opportunities because they don't come in the form that we expect them to come in, right? The goal here is find ways that you can actually open yourself to see what is coming to you and embrace those opportunities at every given time. So think about this. Opportunities can help you improve yourself. But the thing that fascinates me the most is even in difficult times, opportunities come into our lives. We have to be open to see them for what they are. So as somebody who wants to have a growth mindset, who wants to be able to grow yourself financially, to improve your success in this area, it's important that you keep your eyes open, keep your ears open, and don't see things just for what they are, see things for what they might be in the future. Okay? Number 8, believe in abundance. I can't say this loud enough, my friends. There is some sort of mindset that tells you that, there's not enough for everyone to go around. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to prove you wrong. It's not true. If you have a scarcity mindset and you don't track that scarcity mindset and pull it back, you need to be able to understand that you can actually pass up on things that could be of huge benefit to you. So don't hold yourself back by thinking that there isn't enough to go around. It's not true. There is always enough to go around in terms of wealth as long as you believe it. If, for example, you don't believe in this, you may not be able to accept the abundance that comes your way because your mind is already rejecting it and saying that you're not able to embrace it. Number 9, learn to manage what comes into your hands. So if you want to be financially successful, my friends, it's super important that you first of all handle what comes into your hands effectively. What does that mean? Well, create a plan, for example, to get out of debt. Create a plan to save and invest. No one is born with this skill of managing money. It is always something that we have to choose to learn. So make choices that can help you manage your money better. And I kid you not, when I sit down with my children, I talk to them about money because I feel it's important. If we don't learn how to manage our money and teach our children to do the same, we could be in a position where anything that we even pass on to our children it's not going to grow because they don't know how to grow it. So learn how to manage your money, teach your children to do the same, teach the people in your network to do the same, so that ultimately people can benefit and grow from what you know. Last but not least, number 10, don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to fail. Failure is not final. Failure is okay as long as you learn the lessons that come from it, right? So I really want to emphasize this with you. If you feel that you don't want to try something because you failed it before or you failed previously, my friends, this is reality. I can't tell you how many times I failed. I failed my driving test. I won't tell you how many times though. I failed other things. I failed exams and I went back and I took them again. So that is life, guys. As long as you learn from it, embrace failure because it will actually help you move forward. Embrace failure and see it as a stepping stone to move you to your success. Well, guys, that was an interesting one, I'm sure, but I'm hoping that somebody learned something from it. I certainly did. My hope is that we all change our mindset, embrace our mindset to actually use some of these skills. And guys, you don't have to pick all of them. Pick 1, pick 2, pick 3 that you will choose to actually pursue in your life. And I hope that it brings success to you, to your success and to mine. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you on the next video.